welcome to your sleep story. I'm so glad you're here tonight. Whatever this day was, however long it felt, however much it carried, it is behind you now, completely behind you. You made it through, and that is everything. So let's begin. Before I take you anywhere tonight, I want to count you down from 10 to 1. And as I count, I want you to allow yourself to sink just a little deeper into wherever you are right now. Feel the weight of your body. Feel what is beneath you, holding you. And with each number, just let go a little more. 10. Allow your eyes to close, gently, completely. There is nothing you need to see right now. 9. Feel your shoulders and let them drop as far as they want to go. 8. A slow breath in through the nose. 7. And all the way out. 6. Your hands. Feel them opening. Whatever you've been holding today, you can put it down now. 5. Your jaw is soft. Your face is soft. 4. Your legs are heavy, warm. 3. You're drifting, not asleep yet, but moving that way. 2. The day is behind you, completely and entirely behind you. 1. And now, tonight's sleep story, the relaxation. Before we go anywhere, I want to stay here with you for a moment. Just here, just now, because this moment, this exact moment right now, where you are lying in the quiet, deserves a little attention, a little kindness. Take a breath in for me, from the very bottom of the belly. Good. And let it go. And as you breathe out, I want you to imagine that everything you were carrying today, every worry, every unfinished thought, every heavy thing is just leaving with that breath, just drifting away. You don't have to solve anything tonight. You don't have to figure anything out. You don't have to be anything other than exactly what you are right now. A person who deserves rest. A person who deserves sleep. Because you do. You really do. Whatever happened today, however hard it felt, however much it carried, you made it through. You are here. And that is enough. That is more than enough. You are safe. And you are here. Bring your awareness gently to your feet now. Just notice them and allow them to soften. The toes uncurling, the arches releasing. All the small held tension of the day simply letting go. Let that softness travel upward, through the calves, through the knees, the thighs. All of it warm, all of it heavy, all of it resting now. Your lower back, your hips. Allow yourself to feel the surface beneath you taking your weight completely, fully. You don't have to hold yourself up anymore. The earth has you. The lake has you. The belly soft. The chest soft. The heart beating steadily as it always has, as it always will. Your shoulders dropping, your arms heavy and warm, your hands open and still, the neck long and loose, and your face, let the jaw go. Let the forehead smooth. Let the eyes be completely still behind their lids. There you are, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, completely soft, completely warm, completely at rest. You've done beautifully. Now, let me take you somewhere the stones are glowing, and the steam is rising, and the lake is dark and still, and the pine forest is silent all the way to the horizon. Come with me. The road. Imagine a road in Finland, in the Lake District, somewhere in the great quiet interior, the part of Finland that is not cities, not coast, not the well-known places. The part that is forest and water, and forest and water and forest again, for hundreds of kilometers in every direction. The road, a gravel road, not a main road, a road that leaves the asphalt somewhere behind you and becomes gravel, then becomes 2 tracks in the pine needle floor, then arrives at a clearing at the edge of a lake. This is the kind of road that only matters to the people who use it, the people who know this lake, the people who come here. August, the Finnish summer, brief, luminous, almost impossible in its intensity after the long winter. The sun barely setting, the sky going from the pale gold of the long evening to the silver gray of a northern night that is not quite dark, and back to gold again within a few hours. The midsummer light, or perhaps later in the season, September, when the birches have turned, the leaves burning yellow against the dark of the spruce, the air carrying the first chill of the autumn that is coming. Either way, the lake, you arrive at the lake. The lake, still, the Finnish lake in the evening, is still in a way that is almost philosophical, not simply calm. Still, the water a mirror, reflecting the sky perfectly, the pale blue above, the dark tree line, the first stars if the evening is clear. The lake reflecting all of it back upward with no distortion, no ripple, nothing to interrupt the perfection of the reflection. You stand at the edge. The water, the sky above it, the same sky below it. For a moment, you are not sure which is which. The lake is large, not enormous, not one of the Great Lakes, though those are not far, but large enough that the far shore is a dark line, the individual trees indistinct, the distance creating a blue-gray haze even in the clear air, large enough to feel like an inland sea. The forest comes to the edge of the water on every shore you can see. Pine, spruce, the birch. The birch is everywhere in Finland, the national tree, the tree of songs and stories, and the white trunk that catches the evening light and seems to glow from within. The birch that is both beautiful and useful, and that has been part of Finnish life for as long as there has been Finnish life. The forest reflects in the water, the birches, the dark spruce, the sky, all of it here, all of it still, and from the edge of the water, from the small wooden building at the edge of the water, just visible through the birches, just 50 meters away. Smoke, a thin thread of smoke, rising straight up in the still air. The sauna building, small, old. The sauna building sits at the water's edge, the way sauna buildings always sit at the water's edge in Finland, as close to the lake as the ground allows, on a low wooden dock that extends a few meters over the water. The building itself, logs, the traditional Finnish log sauna, the walls of stacked pine logs, notched at the corners, the gaps between them chinked with moss in the old way, the moss gray-green and soft, the logs themselves dark with age, and the decades of smoke and steam that have passed through them. The roof, a turf roof, the old kind, the kind that is not merely decorative, but functional. The thick layer of sod holding the building's heat, the grass growing on the roof through the summer, turning to brown in the autumn, holding the snow in winter. The chimney, stone, the smoke rising from it, thin, straight. The air is so still tonight that the smoke goes straight up. No wind to bend it, no breeze to disperse it, just the smoke rising slowly into the sky and becoming nothing. The door, low, you have to duck to enter. This is intentional. The low door is not an architectural oversight. It is a reminder. You cannot enter the sauna standing at your full height. You must bow. You must make yourself small. You must lower yourself. This is the first lesson the sauna teaches before you have even crossed the threshold. Humility, attention, the willingness to reduce yourself. You duck, you enter, the first breath inside. The heat finds you immediately, but not the heat alone. The smell of the Finnish sauna is one of the most specific and unmistakable smells in the world. Birch, the birch wood burning in the kiuas, the sauna stove giving a particular quality to the heat and to the air that is different from any other wood. Birch burns clean and hot. It gives a light, bright heat. And the smoke of birch, when it passes through stone and wood and time, leaves behind a smell that is simultaneously sweet and sharp, resinous and clean. Birch smoke, old birch smoke, soaked into the walls over decades, and fresh birch smoke rising from the stove tonight. Both of them together, the old and the new, the same smell the logs have been giving since the day this building was built. And beneath the birch, tar, Finnish pine tar, the birch tar that has been used to protect the wood of boats and buildings and tools in Finland for 1,000 years. The smell of it is extraordinary, dark, smoky, medicinal, something that belongs to the north, to winter, to the smell of hard practical things that work and last. The tar on the wooden bench, the tar in the old wood of the walls, and the steam, the lurily, the steam that has just been thrown, the water ladled over the hot stones of the kiuas, the water flash evaporating in a great rush of white steam that fills the upper part of the sauna room and settles slowly downward and opens the pores and opens the lungs and does something to the mind that is very close to the sensation of putting down a very heavy thing. Breathe in, your lungs fill with it. the birch and the tar and the wet hot air. Your face is warm immediately. Your arms, the back of your hands, all of you, warm. The KIUAS, the sauna stove, the KUAs, the heart of the sauna, the heart of everything Finnish, some would say. It is made of stone, not a metal box, a stack of stones, the traditional sauna style, the stones held together by their weight and by the careful attention of the person who laid them. The stones are special, not any stone. The stones of the KIUAs must be the right kind, dense, igneous stones that can absorb heat without cracking, that hold the heat evenly and release it slowly, that give the long, gentle, continuous warmth that distinguishes a wood-fired stone KIUAs from any other kind of heat. These stones have been in this KIUAs for a long time. Decades. They have been heated and cooled hundreds of times. They know what they are for. Right now they are hot, deeply, thoroughly, completely hot. The birch fire that was lit this afternoon has been burning for 4 hours. 4 hours of careful fire, gradually bringing the stones from cold to the temperature they need to be. Not the temperature of a quick fire, not the aggressive surface heat of fast burning, but the temperature of a slow fire, a patient fire, a fire that was lit with the understanding that the sauna requires time. You cannot rush the KIUAs. You can put in more wood. You can open the draft. You can do everything right. But the stones will take the time they take. This is the second lesson the sauna teaches. Patience. The stones are ready when the stones are ready. Not before. Aino knows this. Iaino. He is 69 years old. His name is Aino. He has been coming to this lake for his entire life. Every summer since he was a child, when his grandfather first brought him here in the back seat of an old Volvo on a gravel road that seemed to last forever. His grandfather built this sauna in 1961. Aino was 4 years old. He does not remember the building of it, but he has been told the story many times, and the story has become a kind of memory. The way stories become memories when they are told enough. The grandfather and 2 neighbors, one August, hauling the logs, notching the corners, chinked with moss from the forest floor, roofing it with turf cut from the meadow behind the cabin. 3 days. The sauna finished. The grandfather heating it for the first time. The family going in, all of them, on the evening of the 3rd day. The first lurily, the first steam, the grandfather saying nothing, just ladling the water, the stones receiving it, the steam rising, as it has risen on every summer evening since. Aino heats the sauna himself now. He has been heating it himself for 30 years, since his father stopped coming, and now he is the one who knows this sauna, the way his grandfather knew it, the way his father knew it. He knows which log goes in first. He knows the sound of the fire when it is burning correctly. He knows without checking when the stones have reached their temperature There is a quality to the heat in the room, a depth to it, a fullness that tells him he knows. He has been listening for a long time. The bench, the wooden bench, the laudite, the sauna bench runs along the upper wall, high, where the heat gathers, where the lurley collects. The wood is old pine, very old, the same pine as the walls, the same pine as the floor, all of it gone from the pale golden color of new wood to the deep, dark, smoke-touched color of wood that has been in a hot, smoky room for 60 years. Smooth, the bench surface worn smooth by 6 decades of sitting, the grain of the wood still visible, the rings of the tree, the slow growth of a Finnish pine in a land where the growing season is short and the winters are long, the rings close together, the wood dense, the rings telling the story of every summer and every winter this tree lived through before it became this bench. You lie back on it, the wood warm beneath you, not hot, not burning, not uncomfortable, the warmth of wood that has absorbed heat slowly and holds it gently, the warmth that goes into the back, into the muscles, all the held tension of the day, the neck, the shoulders, the long muscles along the spine, beginning to release, the wood receiving your weight, the heat surrounding you, the steam in the upper air, and from somewhere from the lake, through the small window, through the cracks in the old logs, the coolness, not cold, cool, the cool of the Finnish summer night, of the water just outside the door, of the forest that goes on and on in the darkness beyond the dock, the heat and the cool together. This is the sauna. This is what it has always been. The lurley, the steam. In Finnish, it is called lurley. The word is ancient. The linguists say it may be the oldest word in the Finnish language. Older than the language as we know it. A word from before the language had a name. A word that came with the people who first built fires on stones at the edge of water and discovered what happens when you pour water over hot stones in a small enclosed space. Lurley, the steam, but also more than steam. In the old understanding, lurley was the spirit of the sauna, the life force. When you threw water on the stones and the steam rose, you were not simply making moisture. You were calling something that lived in the heat and the stones and the wood, something that the Finns, for a very long time, understood to be present in the sauna. A presence, a spirit, a living quality that inhabited the building the way something alive inhabits a living thing. The saunatontu, the spirit of the sauna. The Finns took the sauna seriously. They still do, not as superstition. Most Finns today do not speak of the saunatontu in any literal sense, but in the practice, in the seriousness with which the sauna is heated, the care with which the stones are chosen, the respect with which the lurley is thrown, the understanding that this place is different from other places, that something is owed to it, attention, care, Silence at certain moments. Aino knows this without having been taught it in words. He simply knows that when he is in the sauna, something different is required of him, a different quality of presence. He is slower here, more deliberate, more quiet. The sauna asks this of him, and he gives it. The ladle, wooden, long-handled, the kind of ladle that is made for one purpose, and does that purpose perfectly, and has not needed to change its shape in 1,000 years. Aino picks it up. He dips it in the bucket beside the kiwas, the wooden bucket of water. Not plain water tonight, water with something in it. Birch leaves. He has prepared this earlier. The birch branches gathered from the forest this afternoon. The young leaves still on them, placed in the water to steep. The birch water, the ladle going over the stones now. The water hitting the hot stone. The sound of it. A hiss, a great rush of hiss that is the sound of water meeting heat, of liquid becoming gas in an instant, of a transformation happening faster than the eye can follow. The steam, rising, white, billowing upward, rolling across the ceiling, descending, the wave of it coming down, not all at once, not in a rush, but slowly, the way a warm wave moves deliberately, finding every corner, finding you, the birch in the steam. You breathe, the steam into the lungs, the birch going with it, the heat of it, the smell of it. Something opens in the chest, something that was closed or tight or held, something that the day had built up, some accumulation of effort and worry, and the small, constant work of being a person in the world. Something opens, just slightly, enough. You breathe out, long, slow, the Lake 18 night. The door of the sauna opens slightly to let the cool air breathe. Through the gap, the lake. Dark now. The sky above the lake has gone from the pale gold of the evening to the deep, depthless blue of the Finnish summer night. Not black, not in summer, never fully black, but a blue so deep it is almost navy, the color of deep water, the color of the hour between late evening and early morning. The stars, reflected in the lake, or real, or both, the line between sky and water, so perfect in the stillness that the stars above and the stars below are equally real, equally present, equally far away. The lake breathes, or seems to, the faintest movement on the surface, not wind, no wind tonight, but the natural, barely perceptible movement of a large body of water at rest, a breathing, a slow rise and fall that is almost too subtle to see, but that you feel when you look long enough. The lake is breathing, the forest is breathing, the sauna is breathing, everything here is breathing, including you, the VIHTA, the birch whisk, the Vita, or the Vasta, as it is called in some parts of Finland. The words shift, the dialects of this long country, but the thing is the same everywhere. A bundle of birch branches, fresh birch branches, gathered in June when the leaves are young, and at their most fragrant, bound together at the handle end with twine, the leafy end soft and full. It is soaked in warm water before use. Soft now, the leaves dark green and supple. You hold it, the smell of it fresh birch, the clean green smell of young birch leaves, something sweet and slightly medicinal. The smell of the forest in early summer distilled into this bundle of branches. The vita is used to beat the body, not in pain, not harshly. Gently, the soft leaves against the hot skin, the oils from the leaves transferring to the skin, the heat driven deeper by the movement of the air, the sound of it, a soft, leafy sound, the sound of gentle rain in a birch forest, a sound that is so associated with the sauna that for a Finnish person, hearing it in any context, the sauna comes immediately to mind. The whole body, the back, the arms, the legs, the skin becoming pink, the circulation rising, the leaves leaving their oil on the skin, and the skin becoming softer, smoother, more itself. Aino does this for himself. He has done it since he was a boy, when his grandfather showed him how to hold the vita, how to move it, how to find the rhythm of it. Gentle, thorough, patient, the third lesson of the sauna. Attention to the body. The body is not an inconvenience. The body is not something to be endured or managed or gotten through. The body is the thing you are. Take care of it. The history of sauna. Let me tell you something about this, because the sauna is not simply a hot room. In Finland, the sauna is something else entirely. The oldest saunas in Finland are more than 2,000 years old. Not the buildings. Buildings do not survive 2,000 years. But the practice, the tradition, the continuous, unbroken habit of heating stones and pouring water and sitting in the steam for 2,000 years in Finland alone, and before Finland was Finland, before the country had its name and its borders and its flag. The people who lived in this lake-laced, forest-covered land were already doing this, heating the stones, sitting in the steam. The Kalevala, the Finnish national epic, the great compilation of Finnish mythology and song, speaks of the sauna. The steam has healing properties. The sauna is where the sick were brought. The sauna is where children were born. The sauna is where the dead were washed before burial. Birth and death, and the healing of the body, all in the same small room. The sauna as the threshold between the world of the living and the world beyond. The sauna as the most sacred domestic space, not the church that came later. The sauna was always there. There is a Finnish saying, Jos ei viina, tervetai sauna ota, tauti on kuulmeksi. If alcohol, tar, and sauna cannot help, the illness is fatal. The tar, the sauna, the two oldest medicines in the Finnish pharmacopoeia. The tar for the skin, the sauna for everything else. Aino knows this saying. His grandfather taught it to him. He believes it, not superstitiously. Practically, he has spent 65 years in saunas, and he has observed what happens to the body in the sauna. And he believes, on the basis of this observation, that the saying is true. The sauna helps. It almost always helps. The cooling. The door opens. Aino steps out onto the dock, into the cool air, after the heat of the sauna, after an hour in the steam and the warmth of the stones. The cool air of the Finnish night is extraordinary. Not cold, cool, the perfect complement to the heat. The body, which has been opened and expanded by the heat, meeting the cool and contracting slightly, the pores closing, the skin tightening, the whole surface of the body becoming more present, more alive, more there. He stands on the dock, the boards of the dock warm under his feet, the lake in front of him, dark, still. He stands for a moment, just breathing the cool air, the smell of the lake, the fresh, clean, slightly mineral smell of a Finnish lake in summer. The algae not unpleasant, but present. The water smell. The deep country far from any city smell of water that has been water here since the glaciers retreated 10,000 years ago and carved this basin and filled it and left it to be this lake. He breathes, the cool air filling his lungs, the warmth still radiating from his skin. Then, the lake. He walks to the end of the dock. He does not hesitate. He steps off. The water, cold. The lake is cold even in August. The depth of it, the shade of the forest, the temperature of the Scandinavian summer. The lake is always cold. The cold finds every inch of him. Instantly, the shock of it, and then after the shock, after the first 2 seconds of complete and absolute awakening, the clarity. The lake holds him. He floats, the cold water and the warm body, the dark sky above him, the stars above, and the stars in the water below. He is suspended between them, between the sky and the reflection of the sky, between the warmth that came from the sauna and the cold that comes from the lake. Between, here, completely here. He floats, sisu. There is a Finnish word, sisu. It does not translate directly. The closest approximation in English might be something like determination, resilience, the courage to keep going when continuing is hard. But even that is not quite it. Sisu is not about fighting, not about aggression or resistance. Sisu is quieter than that. Sisu is the quality that allows you to continue doing the difficult thing without making a fuss about it, without complaint, without drama, without requiring acknowledgement. You do what needs doing. That is Sisu. The Finns live with winters that are long and dark and cold. They have always lived with this. They did not conquer the winter. They did not defeat it. They sat in the sauna and waited for it to end. and when it ended they sat by the lake in the brief, luminous, extraordinary summer, and let the light fill them. And when the darkness came again, they went back into the sauna. This is sisu, not heroism, endurance, the quiet, undramatic, unsentimental decision to keep going, the decision made again and again. Every winter, every sauna, every lurley, Aino has sisu. He has never used the word about himself. That is also sisu, the sauna after the swim, back inside, the door closing behind him, the heat finding him again, but different now, the body having been cooled, the heat arriving on cold skin and being received completely differently, more gently, more gratefully, the body saying, yes, this is what I needed. He sits on the lower bench first. The lower bench is cooler than the upper. The heat stratifies, the hottest air rising to the ceiling, the cooler air staying near the floor, the lower bench for a few minutes, then the upper. He climbs, his feet on the step. He sits, the heat here, the full heat, the deep, encompassing whole body heat of the upper bench in a well-fired Finnish sauna is extraordinary, not uncomfortable, not burning, just full, the heat filling every space around him. The heat, the most present thing in the world. He closes his eyes. He breathes. He does not think about anything, or he thinks about the lake, or the forest, or nothing at all. The sauna asks for this. The sauna asks for the mind to go quiet. The mind in the heat has very little choice. The body is so present, the heat so immediate, the breath so necessary, the physical experience of being in the sauna so total that the mind's usual wandering, its usual commentary and planning and worrying simply stops, or reduces, or retreats to something very far away. And what remains is this: the heat, the bench beneath him, the sound of the fire, the breath, the steam still moving slowly in the upper air, the sound of the sauna. Let me stay in the sound for a moment. The sauna at night has its own particular soundscape. The keiuas, the birch fire inside it, the creak of expanding metal, the occasional soft collapse of a burning log, the low, continuous background hiss of combustion, the stones, occasionally, rarely, a tick, the sound of the hot rock expanding or settling, a sound like something speaking, the steam, after the lurley, the rush of the hiss fading to silence, then the sound of the steam moving in the room, which is not quite a sound, more a presence. The lake, through the walls, through the small window, through the gap at the base of the door, where the cool air breathes in the lake, almost inaudible. But there, on a still night like this, the Finnish lake is silent, almost absolutely silent. No waves. There is no wind to make waves tonight. The water against the dock pilings. A faint, rhythmic sound, barely a sound, more the suggestion of a sound. The water moving against the wood. And once, far across the lake, a loon, the Finnish loon, the kokkuri, the common loon of the northern lakes. The call, if you have never heard a loon over a Finnish lake at night, you cannot quite prepare yourself for it. It is not a pleasant sound in the way of birdsong. It is older than pleasant. It is the sound of a large water bird calling across a dark lake in the middle of the night. A sound that has been traveling across Finnish lakes since before there were people to hear it. A sound that carries very far and arrives very clearly and does something to the listener that is not quite comfort and not quite unease, but something between them, something ancient, something that reminds you where you are. Finland, the Lake District, the middle of everything that is most Finnish. And you are here, inside the sauna, warm, held, Ianos evening. Let me see the full picture of Aino's evening. He arrived at the lake this afternoon. He has been coming for 65 summers. He packed lightly. He has always packed lightly for the lake. He knows what is here. The cabin has what it needs. The sauna has what it needs. He brings food for 3 days, coffee, and the vita he gathered earlier in the week. He opened the cabin, the familiar smell of the cabin, pine and dust, and the particular closedness of a building that has been shut for a few weeks. The smell that resolves in a few minutes into simply the smell of the cabin, which is simply the smell of pine and old wood and this lake. He put his things down. He went to the sauna. He opened the sauna door. The familiar smell of the sauna, the old smoke, the old steam, the old wood. He checked the kiuas. He cleaned the ashes from the firebox. He laid the fire, not quickly, carefully, the birch bark first, the natural firelighter of the Finnish forest, the thin papery bark of the silver birch that catches instantly and burns bright, then the small birch logs, then the larger ones. He lit the bark. The fire caught. He watched it for a moment. Then he went back to the cabin and made coffee. He drank it at the table by the window, looking at the lake while the sauna heated. He was not impatient. He has been doing this long enough to know that the sauna's time is the sauna's time. He drank his coffee. The lake was still. The birches were still. The fire in the sauna was doing what the fire does. He waited. What the sauna is for. Aino knows what the sauna is for. Not in the way of the health supplements. Not the elevated heart rate equivalent to moderate exercise. Not the improved circulation. Not the detoxification through sweat. Though all of these things are real, and he has lived their reality in his body his whole life. He knows what it is for, the way Merwin knows what the spinning is for, the way Farouk knows what the hammam is for, the way Britta knows what the candles are for. The sauna is for the ending of the day, the actual ending, not the nominal ending, not simply the hour at which you stop working, the hour at which you eat and put on the television and call it evening, the actual ending, the ending that the body and the mind both agree to. In the sauna, you cannot be anywhere else. This is the point. This is the whole point. The heat does not allow it. The heat is too present, too immediate, too demanding of the body's full attention for the mind to be somewhere else for very long. You are here. You are only here. Your skin is aware of the heat. Your breath is aware of the steam. Your muscles are releasing because they have been given permission to release. Your mind, deprived of its usual busyness, goes quiet. Quieter, quietest, and in that quiet, in the steam and the heat, and the dark wood, and the small window, and the sound of the fire, something that has been tight becomes loose. Something that has been held becomes released. Something that has been clenched becomes open. This is what the sauna is for. The opening, the permission to be finished with the day. Not metaphorically finished, actually finished. The body finished, the mind finished. All of you here warm done. The cabin behind the sauna. A few steps up the bank from the dock, through the birch trees, across the short-cropped grass of the clearing. The cabin, it is older than the sauna, actually. Built in the 1940s, when Aino's grandfather first came to this lake. The same logs, more or less. Some have been replaced over the years. The worst ones, the ones that the rot found. But the structure is the same. 2 rooms. The main room, where there is a table and chairs, and the wood stove and the worn couch that was brought here in pieces 40 years ago and reassembled inside the cabin, and will never leave because it will never come back out in one piece. And the sleeping loft, the loft reached by a steep wooden ladder, the loft with its low ceiling and its 2 narrow mattresses and its window that looks out over the lake. In the sleeping loft, the sound of the lake is clearer. The water against the pilings, the loon if the loon calls again, the birch leaves if a breeze comes in the night, the loft ceiling, pine, close, warm, the knots in the wood visible in the morning light, each one a different shape. The particular knot that has always looked like a running fox, the one beside it that has always looked like nothing in particular, but that Aino has been looking at since childhood without ever deciding what it looks like. He knows this ceiling. He knows every knot. He knows the sound of this loft on a still night, and on a windy night, and on a night when rain comes in from the west. He knows this place. It knows him. The coffee in Finland. Coffee. Finland drinks more coffee per capita than almost any country in the world. This is not a coincidence. It is a response. The same response as the candles in Sweden. The same response as the sauna itself. A way of managing the long, dark, cold north. A small, hot, immediate warmth. A warmth you can hold in your hands. A ritual. The Finnish coffee break, the kavatako, is not simply a break from work. It is a break from everything. It is a small moment of permission to stop. to be still, to hold something warm and drink it slowly and not be doing anything else. Aino makes coffee on the sauna stove or on the cabin stove. Tonight on the cabin stove, the old percolator, not a machine, a metal percolator that sits on the stove and gurgles when it is ready, that has been here at the cabin since before Aino was born, that his grandmother used and his mother used, and that he has been using for 30 years. The smell of the coffee filling the cabin, meeting the smell of the pine and the lake air through the open window. He pours it. The cup, an old ceramic cup, thick-walled, the kind that holds its heat. He carries it to the dock. He sits on the edge of the dock, his feet not quite reaching the water, the lake in front of him, the sauna warm behind him, the coffee in his hands. He drinks. He does not think about anything particular, or he thinks about the lake, as he always thinks about the lake in this moment. The lake in the morning, the lake in this evening light, the lake in all its weathers and seasons, all 65 of them. All the versions of this lake he has carried with him through the rest of the year, through the city and the work and the indoor winter, carrying this lake in some interior pocket, taking it out sometimes on difficult days, and looking at it and putting it away again. The lake, steady, patient, here, as it has always been here, as it will always be here. He drinks his coffee. The moss, in the forest, a few steps from the clearing, the Finnish forest floor. Let me describe it, because it is one of the most particular surfaces on Earth. Moss, the floor of the Finnish boreal forest, is covered in moss. Not a little moss, not moss in the damp corners. Everything, the ground, the roots of the trees, the fallen logs, the stones, everything covered in the same deep, continuous, perfectly soft moss that has been growing here since the forest came back after the glaciers. Green, 10,000 shades of green, the bright chartreuse of the new growth in spring, the deep, almost blue-green of the old growth in shadow, the yellow-green of the lichen-covered stone at the forest's edge, and the moss is thick, dense, soft in a way that is almost impossible to describe. Not the softness of fabric or of anything made, but the softness of something living, something that has grown to exactly the consistency that it is, something that yields under your foot with perfect gentleness and springs back without damage. You can walk on it barefoot. Aino does, on the path between the cabin and the sauna, barefoot, the moss under his feet, the pine needles here and there dry, not sharp, the soft bristles of fallen pine, the earth underfoot, not pavement, not anything human, the earth, the actual earth, soft, alive, thousands of years of forest growing and falling and decaying and becoming this, the ground that holds the trees, that holds the cabin, that holds the sauna, that holds the dock, that holds the lake, The stars, the Finnish night sky, in the Lake District, far from any city, far from any artificial light. The stars, if you have only seen stars from cities, you do not know what stars are. The city sky has stars, a few dozen visible on a clear night, the brightest ones punching through the light pollution, the constellations just barely readable. The Finnish Lake District sky has stars, thousands, tens of thousands. The Milky Way, not the smudge it is from any lit place, but the full thing, the actual full thing, the white river of it stretching horizon to horizon, the density of it at the center so great that it does not look like individual stars, but like cloud, like smoke, like milk poured across the sky. And the individual stars, the brightest ones first, the ones that appear as the sky darkens, the one in the west that is Venus or Mars or a planet, the one in the south that is the Eye of Scorpius, the one overhead that you keep coming back to, then the medium stars. Then, as the sky deepens into its full dark, the small ones, the barely visible ones, the ones that are only there if you look slightly to the side of them, using the peripheral vision that is more sensitive to faint light. All of them here, all of them reflected in the lake. Aino lies back on the dock. He looks up. He does this every year. He does it every clear night at the lake. He lies on the dock and looks at the stars. He does not name them. He is not an astronomer. He simply looks. He is not thinking about anything. He is looking at the stars. That is all. That is everything. The night heating. He goes back into the sauna. One more time. The stones have cooled slightly. Not cold, not anywhere near cold, but the peak heat of 2 hours ago is lower now. The fire having burned down to coals. He adds 2 more logs, small ones, not to build the fire back up to where it was, just enough to maintain. He ladles once more, the lurily rising, the steam, the birch. He sits. He does not stay long this time. 20 minutes, perhaps less, not because the sauna is not good, it is good, but because the body, after the full heat and the lake and the cooling and the return, is ready for something else, for the thing that comes after the sauna. The sleep, the Finnish sleep after the sauna. There is a particular quality to this sleep. Anyone who has experienced it knows this. The body that has been heated and cooled and heated again. The muscles that have been opened by the heat and the vita and the steam. The mind that has been quieted by the hour in the dark, warm room. This body and this mind are ready for sleep in a way that is different from ordinary readiness. Not just tired, done, completely, thoroughly, entirely done, the way a fire is done when it is burned completely. Nothing held back, nothing left in reserve, everything given. Now, the rest, the loft. He climbs the ladder, the sleeping loft, the low ceiling, the narrow mattress, old and slightly soft in the middle from decades of sleeping, perfectly shaped to the bodies that have slept in it. The window, the lake visible through it, dark still, the stars reflected. He lies down. The blanket, old wool, heavy, the weight of it, the most comfortable thing. He pulls it up, the wool that smells of the cabin, of pine and old wool, and the particular dryness of a loft that is always warm in summer. The loft ceiling, the pine boards, the knots, he knows them all. The running fox, the one that looks like nothing. He looks at them for a moment, as he has looked at them every summer of his life. Then his eyes close. The sound of the lake, the water against the dock, far away, close, both. You are drifting. You are in the loft, or you are somewhere else. It does not matter. What matters is this: the warmth that the sauna gave, and that the body is still holding. The warmth in the muscles, the warmth in the chest, the warmth of the wool blanket, all of it here, all of it surrounding you. Your breathing has slowed. You have been breathing the sauna air, the birch, and the steam, and the clean smell of the stones. And even now, even in the coolness of the loft, the smell is still with you. Your body, notice it, soft, warm, open, the way the sauna leaves the body. This is the gift of the sauna, not just the hour in the heat, but this, the after, the body that has been cared for, the muscles that have been permitted to release, the mind that has been given an hour of stillness, all of it coming with you into this, into the sleep. Let go. You are already letting go. Breath by breath, the body sinking, the warmth spreading, the lake outside, still, the stars above, still, everything still. The sauna 80 night, after Aino has climbed the ladder, after the cabin is dark, the sauna, the fire in the kiwas, has burned to coals, the coals going from orange to a deeper red to the barely glowing near dark of the final heat. The stones, still warm, they will be warm for hours. The stones that have held the heat for 60 years of summers. The stones that know their purpose. The bench, dark and smooth. The vita wrung out and hung to dry. Its leaves still green, still fragrant. The bucket, a little water left in it. The ladle, resting across the top of the bucket. The window, the lake visible through it. Dark, still, the stars, the dock, the boards of the dock that Aino's feet know without looking. The moss path to the cabin dark, the loft window faintly visible. All of it here, all of it settled. The sauna has done what it does. It has heated and steamed and received and released and held and opened and quieted, as it has done every summer since 1961, as it will do next summer, as it will do for as long as there is birch to burn and water to pour and stones that hold the heat. The lurley is finished for tonight. but it will come again. It always comes again. The kiwas is cooling. The coals are deep red. The stones are warm. The bench is smooth. The vitu is drying. The bucket has water in it. The ladle is resting. The window shows the lake. The lake is still. The stars are in the lake. The stars are above the lake. They are the same stars. Aino is in the loft. The knots in the ceiling are there. The running fox, the one that looks like nothing. The wool blanket is heavy. The lake is breathing very slowly. The forest is dark. The moss is soft. The birch trees are pale in the dark. The dock is warm from the day. The percolator is on the stove. The coffee cup is on the table. The cabin smells of pine. The sauna smells of birch. The lake smells of cold, clean water. The forest smells of moss and pine needle and the ancient dark. All of it here, all of it yours tonight. The loon called once, across the lake, and then was quiet. The silence after the loon, the silence of the Finnish Lake District, the silence of 1,000 lakes and 1,000 forests, and the dark summer sky. You are inside this silence. You are held by it. The sauna gave you what it gives. The heat, the steam, the opening, the permission, and now the rest. You have earned the rest. You have always earned the rest. The lake is still. The stones are warm. The Milky Way is crossing the sky. You cannot see it from here, but it is there, as it has always been there. The loon is quiet. The fire is quiet. The lake is quiet. You are quiet. You are safe. You are held. You are at peace. In the sauna, by the lake, in Finland, in the summer dark, the lurili has done its work. The stones have given their warmth. The birch has given its smell. The lake has given its cold. The sky has given its stars. And you have given yourself permission to rest, to be finished, to sleep. Good night, dear friend. Sleep well, sleep deeply. Good night, and